Hey people, it is Monday, July the 17th. Time is 5:18 in the afternoon. It's currently 25 degrees Celsius, feeling closer to 30 degrees with the humidex. And I am in York, the York section of Toronto, formerly the borough of York. And I'm just crossing Jane Street here at Weston Road. So I'm far from downtown, in a not often seen part of the city on this channel. I have been through here once or twice before. Last time was at least a couple of years ago, when things looked much different due to the lockdowns, which were still in effect. So I thought it was time I came back through the area and took a walk along Weston Road here through the Mount Dennis neighborhood. As I mentioned, this is in the York part of Toronto. And up to the north is Weston, which is another neighborhood, which I just did a walk through right before beginning this walk. So Mount Dennis along Weston Road here does have a commercial strip that we'll be walking through. And last time I walked through it looked pretty bleak. There were barely any people to be seen, given the situation at the time. And I think it was at a colder time of year. So now we're on a very warm, muggy summer day here. Let's see how Mount Dennis is looking in July 2023. Mount Dennis and Weston do have many things in common. They're adjacent to one another, so that's pretty obvious. They have large West Indian populations. So you'll see lots of businesses with a Caribbean flavor. The commercial strip begins a bit further south here along Weston Road. We'll be passing by Weston and Eglinton, and that intersection is of note because there will soon be a new station there for the Line 5 Crosstown Eglinton LRT, which will run across the city along Eglinton, mostly underground, and connect to Line 1. So getting downtown from this area of the city will be a lot easier once that opens. It's long overdue. It should have been opened a couple of years ago, but delay after delay. We still don't know when that will finally open, but we'll probably get a look at some of the infrastructure at Eglinton Avenue when we walk past there. So the former borough of York encompasses various neighborhoods such as Little Jamaica, Weston, as I mentioned, Oakwood Vaughan, Mount Dennis here. And it's generally the part of the city that has the largest black population. There's the Weston Road bus. You could take that down to Eglinton and catch another bus until the Line 5 opens to take you to Eglinton West Station. Or you could get off further south at St. Clair Avenue and transfer onto the 512 St. Clair streetcar, which will also take you to a subway station at St. Clair West Station. So for now, it's a bit of a slog to get downtown from this part of the city. But I got up here on the Up Express from Union Station, which was a quick 15-minute ride on a nice air-conditioned train. It cost about $1 more than a TTC fare to go to Weston from Union. Weston is the only stop in this area. So that's another option. If you live in this area, just head up to Weston Station. You could hop on the Up Express and take it downtown. And there's also a GO station there too. You could hop on a GO train. If the TTC is not your cup of tea. Starting to see some of the commercial storefronts. One thing I noticed during my last walk through the neighborhood a couple of years ago was a very large amount of barbershops and beauty salons. So this area isn't as old as the core areas of Toronto, obviously, but it's not exactly suburban either. It has a sort of fairly urban mid-century look about it, mid-20th century, early to mid-20th century. Some of the homes certainly are over 100 years old in the area. See some of the residential side streets here. Maybe we'll take a walk along one of the residential streets after I walk along the main strip here. The former borough of York is fairly urban overall, I would say. Has a rather gritty appearance throughout most of it too, in my opinion. That can be said along Eglinton Avenue West, Oakwood Vaughan, Weston, and here in Mount Dennis. They all sort of have a similar gritty aesthetic to them. And you can see a new 19-story residential tower is proposed here. I noticed in Weston, just before I began this video, that there are many new towers proposed for that neighborhood. I don't think Mount Dennis is going to be quite as transformed as Weston is in the coming years. I think this neighborhood might be one of the last neighborhoods in all of Toronto to undergo any sort of major redevelopment or rejuvenation. Caribbean vegan restaurant. Yeah, not a lot of chain restaurants either. That Domino's sort of stands out. I noticed a similar thing in Weston as well. You don't see a lot of big chains. Mostly mom and pop shops. Free museum. I remember seeing that last time I walked through and it piqued my curiosity. It's still piquing my curiosity. I don't even know if there's anything inside there. The streets are more lively now, that's for sure, than last time I walked through the area. Much less lively than in Weston, though. Pretty much what I was expecting. So we're here approaching Eglinton Avenue, so we might get a look at some of the Line 5 infrastructure over to the east. Nice mural. Welcome to Mount Dennis. So there's a large storage yard for LRT cars just over here. For the last leg of Line 5, it goes above ground along its own guideway, elevated guideway. That large white building is a facility, a TTC facility. And this is a local landmark, I think, in the neighborhood, the Super Coffee. And there you can see Mount Dennis Station right over there. So that will be where the trains end for now until the line is further extended west, which is the next stage, I believe. I think it's already begun construction with an underground tunnel. So that certainly looks a lot different than last time I walked through here. Didn't look nearly as complete over there with the new station. And there's the local library branch. Yeah, much more lively than last time. In terms of automobile traffic mostly, though, unfortunately, not in terms of pedestrians. And this is one of the largest, most long-standing businesses here in the neighborhood. Looks like a large furniture or appliance store. Storefronts have a bit of a bleak, run-down look to them, but they seem to still mostly have businesses. Some of them have been converted to residential uses here, such as right here on this corner. There's the local Royal Canadian Legion branch. Looks like this whole stretch has been converted to residential here. And Dennis Supermarket is no longer in business by the looks of it. Still has a bit of a forgotten feel here. It's very hazy off in the distance. I remember there was a spot where you could see all the way downtown the CN Tower, but with all this haze, I'm not sure if it'll even be visible. can see the aura just barely. Way off in the distance. Let me cross here and we'll walk along a residential street. Guy just burned rubber for no apparent reason. We'll walk along the residential street that runs parallel to Weston Road. The commercial strip peters out here mostly. This is a very long light. Do I have to actually push the button just to get across here? Cross over to this side and push that stupid button. There wasn't one on that side for me to cross this way. Wonder if I never pushed that, if the light would just have never turned green here for me. And that took about 3 or 4 times as long as it should have. I just saw an up express train, 2 of them. Not sure if I captured those on the video or not, but 2 up express trains just passed each other. A 24 and 34 story building is proposed for right here. All right, so this is Brownville Avenue. Check out some of the homes in the area. I think we'll see different styles of housing here. Some are older than others by the looks of it. You have a few bungalow style mid-century homes, but you also have some older earlier 20th century style homes as well.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. I know my friend. Oh my goodness. Off the road, buddy.
There's a car you wouldn't necessarily expect to see in the driveway. Corvettes look so weird now. Oh, not a bad street, really. It has sidewalks on both sides. Got kids playing, people walking dogs. Nice mix of housing styles. Some charming homes. Most of them are fully detached, but you do have a few semi-detached and a few small apartments as well. Certainly a different look than the neighborhoods in the core of the city, which tend to be much older, Victorian homes, most often attached in some way on very small lots. You can see the backside of some of the commercial buildings on Weston Road through there. Looks like most of those commercial buildings do have apartments on the second floor. This house looks like a newer build. So there we go, a nice residential street here in Mount Dennis. And this brought me all the way back over to Eglinton Avenue. We'll get a nice close-up look at the new Mount Dennis station here. There's a staircase taking you down to the street. And there it is. So hopefully not too far in the future, local residents can just head over here and hop on a train. Yo! And there goes a GO train. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. I hope you enjoyed the walk through Mount Dennis along Weston Road. And then we kind of went back the other way along Brownsville Avenue here, or Brownville, I should say, without the S. A nice quiet residential street here in the neighborhood. So I hope you enjoyed the walk. So leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.